Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Globe interviews. This is Starlight here. Today, I'm delighted to have Maria on our interview, the co-founder of Shiny Company. Please welcome Maria.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to have this discussion today.
Thank you for coming. And so first, can you do a rough self-introduction, share a bit about your background to our audience and how you got into the blockchain industry?
Of course. So my background is in media and production. So prior to jumping into Web3, I was a producer for multiple magazines, including Harper's Bazaar, Hello, and then I transitioned into Savoir Flair and Halo Studio, which is the biggest digital and the first digital magazine here in the Middle East, and one of the biggest production creative agencies in the region as well. So I was heading production department at Halo and Savoir Flair, and my job was basically to create amazing, innovative campaigns, editorial and white label for luxury fashion brands such as Dior, Chanel, Gucci, Balenciaga, you name it. And as a part of my job, I worked very, very closely with amazing artists from, photographers, videographers, digital artists, like all sorts of amazing creatives. And it was amazing. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds so amazing. Like you can work with a really big luxury brands. So would you like to share with us how do you find the right fit for each different brand's tones to create the most innovative and premium content in the market? Any example you can share?
Of course, yeah. So I think it comes down to really doing your research, as you would like to say in Web3 as well. By the way, I totally skipped my Web3 introduction, but yeah, as we like to say in Web3, do your own research. So you really need to understand the brand, its history, its ethos in great detail from the day the brand was created. Only this way you'll be able to think along the right lines and create the right kind of ideas for the brand. And I think the secret is really to bridge the innovation, so something completely new that the brand hasn't done before, and at the same time understanding its history and bringing those elements that are important for the brand. So for example, something that I would create for Chanel, it would be much more, classic, it would be chic, it would be natural and subdued. But something for Gucci, it would be narrative driven, it would be very eccentric. So you're really understanding those brands, but also pushing the boundaries a little bit. And also understanding, because obviously we have the global teams and then we have regional teams. To understand what your region wants to achieve is also key, because for example, here we're working in the Middle East, we have our own frameworks, we have our own goals, and understanding the culture of the region where you work is also really, really important. So I don't know if it all makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Like if you want to make a content in the different countries, you have to know their culture. So let's talk about how you got into the blockchain and how you want to get involved in the Web3 world.
Yeah, absolutely. So today I'm the CEO and co-founder of Shiny, which is a metaverse gallery and a Web3 service provider, and Everyday Goddesses, which is our amazing PFP collection that aims to grow female influence in the space, spread cultural diversity and blockchain knowledge, and support artists, of course. So how it all started, I worked very, very closely with amazing creators, as I said before, for my job in production, in fashion, and progressively I worked more with digital artists, especially with the pandemic. We were not able to shoot with huge teams on ground anymore. I had to find creative solutions and create a lot of digital campaigns and a lot of animations, a lot of fun digital stuff, basically. And working so closely with artists really exposed me to their struggles, and it was very much not easy. I mean, I think it still is not in Web2 to make a living as a digital artist, because people think, even with traditional art, it's very difficult to sell your work, to establish your personal brand. But yeah, with digital, it's even more difficult because you don't have a physical piece. So unfortunately, even the most talented artists only end up working on branded campaigns and commissions, which can be amazing. But if it's the only thing that you do, it's a bit sad, because it's very limiting and they don't get to actually fully let their creativity run. So seeing this side, and at the same time, on a personal level, I was an investor. So I started with stocks more traditionally, and then I transitioned into crypto. And of course, when I found out about NFTs in spring 2021, it just blew my mind how much it changes the game for artists and how it really expands their world and provides more freedom than ever before. So now they can monetize super effectively while doing something incredibly creative, and pick and choose a lot more with their creative commercial campaigns, but at the same time just really let their creative freedom run. And that was amazing to me, and that's how the vision for Shiny was born. So Shiny started as a metaverse gallery, metaverse boutique aimed at helping amazing artists regionally and internationally from Web 2 to Web 3, super creative platform. And now it transitioned quite a lot. So now we're focusing more on service providing in Web 3 to different businesses, creators.
Can you share more about like the Shining company?
Yeah, of course. So it's set as a boutique metaverse gallery, and the goal was really to become the company that helps transition amazing, high quality artists from Web 2 to Web 3. And now we're really expanding, and our goal is to, and our mission is to transition, help companies and businesses transition to Web 3 and become their, kind of their right hand when they do so in creating technical solutions, helping them with strategy, how to effectively transition, how to meet their business demands and campaign demands, and really utilize this new technology in an amazing way. So that's Shiny, but then we also have Everyday Goddesses, which is our huge focus right now as well. It's a collection we launched March 2022 on 8th of March, which is International Women's Day, which is very important to us because collection, of course, aims to grow the influence in the space, and just seeing how, unfortunately, how much of a minority we are in the space. That was kind of what sparked the creation of Everyday Goddess as a collection.
Yeah. As you talk about the Everyday Goddesses NFT collection, can you tell us what is the inspiration for this collection?
Yeah, of course. So as I mentioned, seeing the very, very grim and sad numbers that we are, people throw around 15% for artists, fewer than 15% for collectors. We are a minority in the space, probably, and unfortunately will be even more of a minority after the bear market we're facing right now. So seeing that, we knew immediately that we want to work alongside those lines and create a collection with female likeness, because especially back then in November when we started thinking about this, we didn't see as many innovative, amazing projects that have specifically female likeness, so a female look on the avatar.
Yeah.
That was the inspiration. And the second inspiration, and of course, discovering Vidya and her vision. She's a long-time female empowerment advocate, same as myself, and her vision really aligned with ours immediately. So the idea for Everyday Goddesses was born. And the second kind of level of our messaging is we're bridging mundane everyday moments and mythological, magical. So you see this a lot in our art, and how, what kind of talismans the goddesses are holding. We have really relatable elements such as, a phone out of battery at a computer, amazing foods from different cultures, from bubble tea to dumplings to burgers, and then at the same time mythological inspirations such as Medusa. We have Athena and Kali. So really bridging those two worlds of the goddesses and the everyday. That was something we wanted to do both on the level of the meaning that we wanted to convey, and at the same time, it was just really, really fun to create those crazy combinations.
According to the recent report, like we have to talk that only like a 5 to 50% of current NFT artist accounts are run by the women. Moreover, out of the top 10 most expensive NFT artworks sold out to this day, only one belonged to the female artist. So what do you think are the reasons for this phenomenon? Is it NFT is not welcome to the women join or something like that?
I wouldn't say it's NFTs. I think we just need to understand that NFTs were created on the crossroads of two historically male-dominated industries, which are art, traditional art, and technology. Historically very male dominated, and with NFTs we see a similar pattern, unfortunately. And even more grim actually, because even the top artist, top selling high paid artist, Grimes, she was really big in Web 2 as well. So her transition, she was not really Web 3 native, and she's an amazing
Mhm.
artist. Also want to see a lot more artists on that list of top 10, and a lot more Web 3 natives on the list. So it is very unfortunate, but and it is, I think, a historical, just how historically things played out with those types of industries. But
Mhm.
us and our peers, our colleagues in the space, we're really working to change this and shift this by um, creating collections that address what we care about, and pay attention to the causes that we care about, which is female empowerment, which is just giving the different opportunities to female artists as well, and females in the space, by giving jobs to women in the space as well, by also spreading blockchain knowledge among newcomers and also among the new generation. So we are, for example, working with a school on a summer course currently, where we're giving full scholarship sponsorship for female students interested in future of money, NFTs, stuff like that.
Wow.
So future generations is also very important. So I believe that with us working on this, with our colleagues working on this, we will be able to hopefully shift the numbers soon.
Oh, that's so cool. So for the Shiny company, and what types of artists do you welcome collaborating with?
Yeah, so for Shiny, I mean, at the moment we are focusing on service providing a lot more, and we are focusing on Everyday Goddesses as our main art collection at the moment. But in
Yeah,
general, we are
definitely.
looking for very niche, very high quality artists that really
Mhm.
resonate with us. We're always aimed for boutique, not mass platform. So really amazing quality art with causes that we care about.
Yeah. During this period, with crypto continue to go down, the bear market sentiment has finally influenced the top NFT project, resulting in a total NFT market crash. For example, the Bored App NFTs face steep declines, and Bored crypto assets rolled, and it drops below like $100K for the first time in almost a year. What do you think that why are NFTs crashing?
Well, I think it's important to understand that it's not NFTs as much crashing as it is just the general global economy crashing. So if you see the floors, the ETH value is actually going back to normal. So the ETH
Mhm.
value much the same, maybe a little bit down, but it's the dollar value that we're talking about. So ETH is just not worth as much as it was. And this is due, we really need to look at the macro situation in the world right now, which is we have highest inflation rates in 40 years, I believe. We have a war between Russia and Ukraine raging for a month now. We have supply chain crisis. We have energy crisis. Just the macro situation is really, really not favorable, and we see stock market going down. And NFTs are still, unfortunately, following this pattern quite frequently. So I would say this is not just NFTs, in isolation crashing, but this is the current situation.
Yeah. How do people assess the value of an NFT?
Sure. So I think there are many different criteria you need to look at, and also you need to determine what kind of NFT you're evaluating at the moment. So, for example, if it's an alpha pass, you care about quality, amazing information, early information. If it's an art-driven artistic project, maybe it doesn't matter as much, the alpha or the community. Maybe it's just purely the artistic merit. So it matters who is the artist, what did the artist do before Web3, and what are the plans of this artist. Maybe they're growing, and this is why the collection is gaining traction. And some collections, or I would say your average PFP collection, it's a combination of factors. So it's the team behind the project. If they're dogs, I think that's a really a really good aspect. So if you're dogs, to see what were they doing before Web3, what are they doing in Web3, what are their plans, what is the roadmap, how, again, art is very important in my opinion still. Is it the quality art? Do you see that every detail is done in a thoughtful, quality way? And also the community, to see if it's people who are only, and again, we have different demographics in our communities, but do you have mostly people who are there to flip? Do you have people who care about the causes? Do you have people who love the art? It needs to be a quality tight community. So I think it's a multitude of factors, really.
As an excellent female young Web3 entrepreneur, what are your tips for those young women creators who want to get involved with Web3?
I would say a lot of things are the same as in Web2, really, with entrepreneurship. So you need to start with a really clear brand mission and brand values. And that's what's going to carry you after that. And understand how is your product different from your competitors? What kind of gap are you filling in the market? And also, I think paying a lot of attention to branding from the early days of your business, because that's what's going to help you scale effectively. That's going to be your
Mhm.
company really maybe you want to immediately invest so much money on branding, but it is worth it in my opinion early on. I think also with Web3, again, very very similar to Web2. If you're doing it as a proper business, also having vision for your NFT project. And I think that's a problem with a lot of projects, that they kind of roll out the collection, they sell the collection, they have secondary volume, then they launch
Mhm.
another collection. Not long-term sustainable for this industry. You also need to have some kind of either it's a service or a product, some kind of other revenue stream as a business if you want to survive effectively bear markets. And I think that's what a lot of quality projects are working on at the moment, to have multiple different revenue streams, multiple different services, and ways to add value to their communities and their holders.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing this. So the last question is, what new things can we expect from the Shining Company in next full coming years?
So we really are, our ambition, our goal is to become the go-to brand for other businesses to enter the metaverse, and help them with strategy, help them with technical solutions, and also to keep rolling out amazing brands under Shiny umbrella, such as Everyday Goddesses, that are exciting, fresh, different, and really deliver values to holders.
Thank you for watching today's episode. If you like the content, please like the videos and leave the comment down below and subscribe our channel as well. And thank you, Maria, for coming today's show.
Having me, it was a pleasure chatting with you.
Me too. And I hope you have a nice day. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.